Cinema isn't just a good medium for translating graphic novels, it's specifically a good medium for superheroes. On a fundamental, emotional level, superheroes, whether in print or on film, serve the same function for their audience as Golden Age movie stars did for theirs: they create glamour. What I want to bring back to superheroes with this project is a sense of play. Things have gotten so dreary. The heroes have gotten so ugly that even their muscles have muscles. By the time of the 90s boom, CEOs had become superheroes, accorded celebrity treatment and followed with a kind of slavish scrutiny that Alfred P. Sloan could never have imagined. You know how the Marvel Comics superheroes formed themselves into the Justice League of America, Batman, Flash and the rest. Why did Superman join? He never needed any help. One of the weapons Marvel used in its climb to comic book dominance was a willingness to invent new characters at a dizzying speed. There are so many Marvel universes, indeed, that some superheroes do not even exist in one another's worlds, preventing gridlock. I feel like we need to make new superheroes, African American superheroes, that people would accept. In Mexico, wrestling is part of the cultural fabric. The guys wear masks and they are real-life superheroes. I'm not that interested in female superheroes. A lot of superheroes today are a little self-righteous, and what's cool about Deadpool is that he seems like a guy that you could meet at the 7-Eleven down the street. As you get older, you realize your parents aren't these superheroes. They're actually people. He's this amazing ambassador for all superheroes. What we've made as a film not only examines that but is also an amazing adventure story. It's been an honor to work on. As a comic book fan, Superman is like the Rosetta Stone of all superheroes. I love other movies that have been made since, but I think more than any comic book movie, Superman just totally seemed to capture superheroes in ways that others have not. Linda Carter played Wonder Woman and was one of the first female superheroes. It gives me more of an encouragement that we can be strong and can do whatever a guy can do. I'd love to do live-action superheroes. And you know, I boxed for several years. I have some martial arts experience. I like superheroes. I like the drama of it, the stirring, larger-than-life aspect. I grew up reading 2000 AD, and the occasional Transformers and G.I. Joe comic, but when I could finance comics myself, I lasted only a little reading superheroes. I'm uninterested in superheroes. I am only interested in real stories, real people, real connection. It's interesting, I think superheroes get much more unfair derision. There are so many good superhero books being done. Science fiction is almost more reputable, I guess, at least a step up from poor superheroes. I didn't really like superheroes. I liked monsters and war comics. It's so great in Hollywood now. You have people past 40 sitting and talking about serious stuff, writing and making movies and TV, but there's laser pistols and superheroes and alien monsters involved. It's viable and mainstream. I first became an Alan Moore fan in Covent Garden on a Saturday afternoon in 1987, when I bought a copy of Watchmen, his graphic novel about aging superheroes and nuclear apocalypse. To a degree, the Greek and Roman mythological heroes are just the first superheroes. They appeal to children for much the same reason. These gods and heroes may have powers, but they get angry and they do the wrong thing. They are human too. It sounds cliched, but superheroes can be lonely, vain, arrogant and proud. Often they overcome these human frailties for the greater good. I think superheroes today are like whistleblowers. Superheroes fill a gap in the pop culture psyche, similar to the role of Greek mythology. There isn't really anything else that does the job in modern terms. For me, Batman is the one that can most clearly be taken seriously. I wanted to play football or be a boxer, but my dad didn't want that because of all the impact. But in 1992 I was watching short track, and it was obscure, but they looked like superheroes in their tight outfits, and I thought it was amazing. I wanted to do that. I made the national team at 14. I've been lucky to combine my two loves quite frequently, that of Marvel superheroes and sports entertainment. The world of superheroes is black and white, the world of monsters is not. Sometimes you need evil to fight evil. In truth, I've never been a big superhero fan. I don't mind some of the movies, and a couple of the cartoons were alright. That Batman series from the early 90s where Mark Hamill voiced the Joker is sweetness. But largely, I've not really had much time for superheroes. We can be whoever we want. We can do whatever we want. We can be superheroes, because in many ways we are. We've had trans representation in television for a while, but it hasn't been the right representation. I've tried to write from my own understanding of identity in all my comics, whether it's about superheroes or historical conflicts or monkey gods. I don't necessarily find superheroes in general, for me, that appealing. I'd much prefer to play, if I was to be cast in a superhero film, I'd prefer to play the villain because there's a reason, there's a motive behind their madness. I am very big into superheroes. I really liked the design of Batman. I liked the concept. There's a lot more you can do with Batman than most other superheroes. I was always a fan of Spider-Man and most superheroes. There aren't a whole lot of little boys out there that aren't. We've always been ready for female superheroes, because women want to be them and men want to do them. I understand the rules of Superman, not necessarily better than anyone else, but better than a normal filmmaker would. After doing Watchmen and digging that deep into the why of superheroes, when Superman is presented to you, I felt like I was in a unique position to say, I get this guy. I know what this is. I don't like darkness in everything. I like my superheroes in primary colors, and fun. I'm passionate about fantasy movies. I'm passionate about comic book movies. I'm passionate about superheroes. And movies about vengeance. And all of that, the stuff that I grew up reading. The comics I read as a kid were much more influenced by TV and movies. Encountering superheroes as an adult without that kind of childhood sentimentality, it just doesn't allow you, or in my case at least, it wouldn't let me take the characters seriously. Our media provides a continuing message that for men, heroism is defined through association with control, independence, and the ability to commit violence, from superheroes to crime dramas. The media needs superheroes in science just as in every sphere of life, but there is really a continuous range of abilities with no clear dividing line. Superheroes are best imagined in comic books. The union between the written word, the image, and then what your imagination has to do to connect those allows for so much. As a child, these colorful superheroes that could fly, or were horrifying like Ghost Rider and the Hulk, with this tremendous rage or these supernatural powers, provided an escape for me from my mundane existence, from my lack of friends or my inability to communicate well with people. They liberated me. What I love about superheroes, and Superwoman in particular, is that in that comics world, they're all curvaceous. They're strong. I enjoyed The Avengers. I couldn't do that kind of movie though. Superheroes aren't my deal. Some of the greatest actors have turned superheroes into a serious business. Michael Keaton and Jack Nicholson in Batman, Ian McKellen and Patrick Stewart, the first venerable knights of the X-Men, who have now passed the baton to Michael Fassbender and James McAvoy. You create superheroes to take care of problems that can't really be solved another way. Most superheroes are painted with a specific moral objective that makes them who they are, and that moral objective influences everything they do, so there's an expectation for what you're going to see out of a certain character. I've always loved superheroes, and I'm sure every single kid out there is gonna love these superheroes and want to see Shark Boy and Lava Girl, and the fact that it's in 3D. Visit our website for more quotes, quoting.com.